Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us just after lunch. Hopefully, we can keep it extremely enterprising and very less boring. A quick introduction about CheQ. CheQ was launched 2.5 years before. We are India's first 360-degree credit card management platform. The idea is to fundamentally make sure that you become credit healthy. You're able to maximize the earnings, the value that any credit product that offers you, and of course, fundamentally making sure that you always remain credit healthy, which is today one of the most complicated reasons why people, as she said, keep on swaying away from the world of credit. Just a quick introduction about who we are. Over the last 2.5 years, we have around 3.5 million users. Around 10 million credit cards have been registered on our platform. We've done 50 million credit card bill payments, and 65% of our users have improved their credit score. Just last month, as per BPPS, which is the NPCI wing, we were declared third largest credit card bill payment platform in the country. But this is the more theory of it, correct? When we started CheQ, and over the course of the last 18 years, when I've been part of this industry, I've realized that all of us go through a typical consumer credit life cycle. I've broken that into what I call as the human model. When we enter into the world of credit, we try and understand the world of credit, where there are multiple nuances. We're just entering a first credit product. Maybe it's a two-wheeler loan that our father helped us to take, or an education loan that we took along with our family, or maybe just a BNPL that Amazon offered while we were doing a checkout, and we did not even know that it was a credit product. Then we graduate to typically something where we start managing a couple of products, and then we fundamentally move to the world of leverage, where we believe that we are now the experts in the world of credit. In the world of understanding credit, we're fundamentally underconfident. Correct? We feel credit is extremely risky. The bank is always going to sort of loot us and just charge us things that we have no idea of. We end up missing payments because we're making honest mistakes. We don't know what is an EMI, why it's suddenly getting billed on 5th and not on 1st, and we just forgot to sort of load the money in there. The bank told that there will be no interest suddenly paid. Now there is a hefty interest that is getting charged. So we're very, very wary of it. A large part of our users, typically in India, come and enter and remain in this world, right? And look back within your family, you would have some uncle, some auntie who would have just taken one home loan and would have taken never anything else around credit. But they'll say, "Oh, credit card is a taboo." Loan is in fact, a bad word in many, many families. We don't even talk about it openly. Then we graduate to something where we start managing, where we become credit conscious, where we've now experienced a couple of products. Maybe we have seen a BNPL or a card, we've looked at a PL, and we believe, log itne bhi chor nahi hai, we can manage life, things will be okay. There we have too many decisions to take. Correct? What is the right thing to me? Which card do I use there? Do I take a loan for a holiday or not? Or do I just borrow from a friend? Too many rewards are there. I don't know exactly what to do with them. Suddenly they got expired. Correct? And honestly, here is where we're making incidental mistakes. We didn't want to make a mistake, but we still, let's say all of you guys are sort of traveling from, it's like 2 cities. If you're coming from HSR, you've traveled 2 cities to come to Yashwanthpur, and you miss a credit card payment or a loan you have got bonds, but you had the money and you're still making honest incidental mistakes, right? But here you're credit conscious, you're aware about it. And the last stage is when you become a credit pro, correct? Where you believe credit is my tool for growth. Where credit does not control me, I do completely control credit as to what it does with me. Correct? To me, accessing credit on the go is very, very natural. Correct? I look for value maximization for whatever products I have. I want to maximize my value. I want to have a complete holidays, funded by my rewards program on my credit card. And I rarely make mistakes because I'm not so tuned to managing credit. But in all of this, and over the last 2.5 years, while this was our thesis, we realized that whether you can fall in any category from a consumer lifecycle perspective, you always needed assistance. You always wanted to get to somebody else to do the job, to not tell it reactively. Like, for example, the bank come and tell me, "Oh, now you're charged with an LPC," rather than before telling me, you might be charged with an LPC, please pay now. Okay, or how do I maximize my rewards? Or if I have taken a 10-year home loan and I've already paid interest and EMIs for 6.5 years. Now I have enough money. Should I pre-close the loan or not? Right? All of these things, irrespective of where you were, you wanted assistance. I'll give you some classic examples. Right? You're looking for complete clarity in stage 1. Correct? For example, I've just spent 50,000 rupees more, and you will not get charged 25 rupees free on your HDFC Life. Correct? So you're taking away the guesswork. In the first stage, you realize you're very, very scared, very, very conscious, so you want complete clarity. Second, 1200 points on SBI Elite is going to expire this month, redeem by the end of this month. Okay. So here you're already managing multiple products. You want help, real-time insights, not reactive when the thing is already done. And even in the third stage, correct? This is a certain classic, correct? I know I want to go to Bali, for example. Okay, use your Atlas card. It will help you typically save 23% on your next trip, correct? Now, the gory details of how do you convert those points to which loyalty miles and which airlines, nobody knows. They make it so complicated that you fundamentally don't use it. The business model fundamentally works for us. And when we started looking at all this, we realized that a personal assistant for every user, irrespective of which part of the life cycle you are in, you will always need. Now, an AI credit card expert to start with, where you can come and ask any question around your credit cards, where it will optimize everything that it knows about you, your spend behavior, your currency, whether you're a revolver transactor or a loan hacker, merge it with what is happening on the internet today and advise you in the best performance manner. And why this is to me completely needed, because if today you go on YouTube and just say, how do I optimize for my reward points or best credit card hacks, you will have some 1,500 YouTube channels. And trust me, every YouTube channel has a different voice. So basically, the channel which was supposed to simplify has further complicated you, because there is no consistency in the way they respond to your questions. Or they have their own theory and sometimes they have their own biases. You want a platform which is devoid of all of these things, correct? You want a platform which just understands you. For example, I made an education fee payment last month, which was a hefty fee payment. Doesn't make me an education spender because I only do it once a year. My platform needs to understand this, optimize it, and say, okay, you will now do this 1 year after. This is what you need to do to make sure that you're in the best stage, right? Because the tool only works for you. And that is how we started sort of building Wisor. We started and we built Wisor last year. We shipped the beta sometime in January, February, and we opened it to close to 1 lakh users. We got great insights. I think a couple of million interaction with our users, and a lot of that was actually taken in to build a model where we're now coming out of beta, and we're going to be showcasing you what the product is. So we can't wait more. What I will do is I'll actually just take you through the video. This is our solution to the problem statement that we just established. And if we can play the video. product is. And when we started building on it, we thought, what else could we talk? And then we thought, why not just do live questions? Right?
That is amazing, Aditya. I think that's one of the really unique and most interesting product demos I've seen. But I'm not fully convinced. So I have a few questions. Can I ask Wisor?
Yes, you can. How do I ask you?
Okay, so can we ask Wisor about the top spend category and see what it says?
Cool. Just for the audience, this is my Wisor. Oh. Okay, so it will tell you everything that I do.
Oh, good. Thank you. I don't want my personal details out.
So, just from a basic as it takes time, correct? The way the fundamental of the model works is because as you're a consumer on check and you start paying your credit card bills, we have understanding of the data that you use and the behavior that you build on, correct? Along with the access of statements, we started building the synthesis of this. So for example, it tells me in the last 3 months, I spent most on bills, totaling an extremely high amount of 5.25 lakhs. The category accounts for about 37% of spends. My next is shopping, and my next is health. Correct? My mom just got through a small surgery, and so now it's sort of told me very clearly. Now, for example,
so how does it help you suggest like what new card you want to buy based on your spends?
Okay. Based on my spends, which credit card would you suggest from? This is it?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. This is the proof of the pudding after all the UAT that we've done. If this screws up, we just don't want it to be. We just don't want it to be a model where we throw on a truck and that's very correct. But this is fundamentally what and this is why it is complicated and not easy to bring in, because the product is fundamentally understanding not only my one single time transaction, but it is understanding frequency, it is understanding dollar value, and it is then multiplying everything and putting together and mapping everything that is present in the market and which is the best card or which are the most potential credit card. Okay. So now basis all the spend that I have done, while you have co-brand card with Flipkart and Amazon, the general purpose cashback card will provide you more value because it sees that I'm not shopping that much on Flipkart and Amazon. So my top recommendation for you is the SBI cashback card. It offers a straight 5% cashback, correct? And then it does everything for me. So it tells me exactly what I will get, and that's it. From tomorrow, then you will be later. Then we're also allowed to apply for the product from here, correct? So now it has understood my behavior, my spend tactics, and now recommended me a card right there.
Wow.
Okay. What else do you want?
So how do we know who's eligible for this?
Eligibility?
Yeah. What is the eligibility criteria?
What's the eligibility criteria for this card? Okay. So basically, this is where it stands. It understands the kind of income they have, the kind of spends that they have, and it currently should tell me what are the criteria that is available in the market and whether I map this to or not. Okay, so again, it's super helpful for me. It will. So you should have a good credit card, typically it's above 700, which I have. You need to furnish an address proof, and that by your specific income may vary, have a stable source of income. So now this is the information that is available in the market, which is what it surfaces, correct? Tomorrow, and this, if I would have a score of less than 700, it will tell me that you're not eligible for it because you don't have a score of more than 700. So it basically then lets you do one less inquiry on the bureau, one less bureau hit, and your score will not dip.
Got it. One more question.
Okay.
I have a possible Dubai trip coming up. So what is the best card for me?
When are you going to Dubai?
Where or when?
When are you going to Dubai?
When? I have to say. Okay. Maybe December next month. Yeah.
I'm planning. So here, basically, it should suggest everything from flights to hotels with respect to your proposition on the card that I have already. Okay, so it will then tell me that this is where you should spend on hotel, this is where you should flight, or maybe your international spends, right? Because FX is an important spend whenever you will go.
Yes.
So you end up getting charged. So here it is.
Right.
Basically,
wow. So based on what you're
So for your flights, it tells use my SSA Emirates card. It's the best choice for book your flights because Emirates Dubai. Correct. So it identified I have an Emirates co-brand card. So it tells me that is where you should do. For hotel accommodation, it tells me HDFC Infinity is the most advantageous card because on married you will get up to 20% offers. Okay, for spending in Dubai, while you are in Dubai, I strongly recommend using HDFC Infinity for all your expenses, such as dining, shopping. This card has a very low currency fee of 2%. In contrast, your Emerald have and Horizon have 3.5% fees. Correct? So now basically I don't have to think. The cognitive load is completely over. I am now sitting and now I know exactly what to do with it. Correct? This is on for lounge access. It tells me both the cards are fantastic, and then it gives me a comparison. It will tell me everything. So I have now both the cards comparison. It tells me where in benefits in Dubai, what do you want to do, and where do you want to do go markup, what do you want to do for flight, what do you want to do for anything, correct? And that's just the beauty of it.
Wow.
You can actually, like for example, time is over, but if we to say this, if I were to ask calculate my exact savings, so now if I would have fed it might ask me a number or it will just sort of take a spend scale and tell me exactly my savings on an HDC inferior lower forex fee, correct? So you can fundamentally continue to play on with this. Now when I play with it, I have now a mathematical model very clear in my head as to how do I compare Emirates Mile with HDFC Infinite Cashback, which is completely opaque to me till now because miles don't have a currency. It is able to sort of fundamentally help me and tell me this is what I should do. Okay, and that's the beauty of it. This will be the last question.
That's amazing though. We're running out of time. So after this, I'm almost convinced if any more people in the audience need convincing, then you can ask. I think we just have time for one question.
Yes. So this is on a 1 lakh we spend, it will exactly tell me what my savings are going to be, and then it gives me a simple chart in terms of how do I want to run it. This will have loans, everything. Just we already have loans. The manifestation of loans and BNPLs to Wisor will start. So the recommendation on loans will come in, let's say, in the next couple of months. So it will become a credit card expert to a credit expert by January. So then basically all things credit will sort of fundamentally come in here. That's it. Thank you.